Hey everyone, my name is Paul Vacheski and welcome to the Real Estate Classroom YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss some key real estate terms that you're going to need to know for your real estate licensing exam. And those terms are real property rights, which include hereditaments, land, real estate, real property, tenements, corporeal and incorporeal rights, and bundle of rights. So the first thing we want to talk about, the first key word we want to talk about is hereditaments. Now, hereditaments is one of those real estate terms, key terms that you have to know. Hereditaments are broken down into three subcategories of rights depending on the land that you owned and what's on it. So for example, land is the first one. That's number one. And this is just raw land. All right, and this is from the boundary lines extending to the center of the earth and theoretically extending all the way into the heavens. Now, we know that the government, for example, has placed some restrictions on what you own and what you can do with that. But the fact of the matter is, raw land includes boundary lines all the way to the center of the earth extending into the heavens. Now, the second classification is real estate. The first one was land. The second one is real estate. And real estate includes the land and the improvements, which will include anything that's been built upon it. For example, a house, a garage, a barn, a parking lot, anything like that, that's considered an improvement. So real estate is the land and all the improvements that are on that land. All right, the third subcategory of a hereditament is real property. And real property is the land, it is the real estate, and it's what we call the rights and the privileges of private ownership, the rights and the privileges. Now, there is a key term that we have to know here. The rights and the privileges that exist is called a tenement or tenements. That's the legal term for it. And a tenement is what we call corporeal and incorporeal rights. More of those real estate terms that you need to know. A corporeal right is something that you can touch. It's tangible. So for example, you have a right to it. For example, all the trees and the shrubs that are on the property, they're yours. You own them. And you could do what you want with them, but they're tangible. You can touch and you can feel them. Intangible or incorporeal rights are things that are intangible, things that do exist, but you can't touch or feel that. For example, an easement is something that's real. It passes with the title. It is something that an owner has to deal with. It exists. However, you can't touch or feel it. It's intangible, so it's called a incorporeal right. Now, there is another concept here, and we're not going to talk too much in detail in this video. I'm going to do another video on it, but we have what's called the bundle of rights. The bundle of rights is every right and privilege that an owner has. It includes the right to sell it, to lease it, to will it or bequeath it, and all those other bundle of rights. When we combine the totality of the rights and the privileges, those tenements, that is called a bundle of rights, and we'll discuss that in a different video. All right, so just to recap here, hereditaments is the largest classification of real property rights that someone has in their property. It includes land, real estate, and real property. And don't forget that under real property, we have not only the land ownership, all the improvements that we own that's on that land, and all the rights and privileges that go along with owning that property fee simple absolute.